Well, last season, Kashiwa Reysol and Albirex Niigata were separated by a single point when the 2024 campaign wrapped up. This time around, Reysol are reaching for the top and are very much in the title mix 11 games into the season, while Albi are starting to feel the pinch at the other end of the table. Welcome along to SANKYO Frontier Kashiwa Stadium for Kashiwa Reysol versus Albirex Niigata, two teams then that have had contrasting starts to the current term. If you would have thought Ricardo Rodriguez's side would have been match fit for kickoff in 2025, the Sun Kings failed to win any of their last 6 games last season and managed only 1 success in their final dozen matches. But so far, they have shone brightly this campaign with just a solitary league defeat in their opening 11 fixtures, having dropped to 4th after yesterday's results. A win today will see them jump back into 2nd spot and stay on the coattails of leaders Kyoto Sanga. Through to the 3rd round of the League Cup, Kashiwa Reysol are on the up under their new coach, who came back to the J-League following a spell in China. Albirex Niigata finished the 2024 domestic season 1 place and 1 point above their host today, but unlike their opponents, they have failed to improve and on the face of it have regressed somewhat. 19th in the standings. Even a win today will not see them move outside of the relegation zone. With just 1 win from their opening 11 games, Daisuke Kimura's team are struggling, although some underlying metrics suggest they aren't perhaps as bad as their league position suggests. 9th in the expected points table. Some more efficiency in front of goal and some luck at the back should see them rise up the standings if they maintain their current level of performance. Well, if recent meetings are anything to go by, we should expect a tight encounter this afternoon. The last 5 J1 League games between Kashiwa Reysol and Albirex Niigata have finished all square, which includes 2 1-1 draws between the pair last season, although Albi were indebted to a 94th minute leveller when they played here last term. It's been almost 16 years since today's visitors secured a top-flight success at the SANKYO Frontier Kashiwa Stadium, although they did win a League Cup encounter in 2023 over 2 legs against Reysol. Let's check out the 2 teams for you. Well, Kashiwa Reysol give Shunpei Narusa a first J1 League appearance of the season. The 24-year-old midfielder has started League Cup games this term, but hasn't featured in a top-flight fixture since playing for former club Nagoya Grampus back in October 2021. Wataru Harada misses out. Daiki Sugioka remains on the sidelines with a hamstring injury. Masaki Watai is recalled. Mao Hasoya drops to the bench. 3-4-2-1. Yuki Kakita has been in terrific form for Reysol. 3 goals and 3 assists so far this season. Watai and Koizumi will offer support. Koyamatsu loves to get forward over on the left-hand side. Today's referee is Takafumi Mikoriya. It's his 2nd assignment of the season at the SANKYO Frontier Kashiwa Stadium. He previously stood in Reysol's 3-1 loss to Kashima Antlers last month. On VAR duty for us, Tetsuro Yoshida will be making the calls. As for the visitors, Daisuke Kimura has dropped keeper Kazuki Fujita, previously first choice for Albi. Fujita had started all 11 games in the J1 League this term, but he is relegated to a spot with the subs. Therefore, Daisuke Yoshimitsu gets a first division, top division start of his career. The former Ranofa Yamaguchi and Tochiga keeper has only played in cup competitions for Albi since his arrival in December 2023. Elsewhere, Yoshiaki Takagi replaces top scorer Ken Yamura, who is absent from the match day squad. Well, today's hosts very much on the up. 2nd place up for grabs if they win today. For Albi, even victory won't see them leap out of the bottom 3. The 6th loss of the term will see them 4 points from safety, even at this still early stage of the campaign. That could set the tone for the year. That will solely be about avoiding return to the 2nd tier. Surely they are a little bit better than that. A lot of underlying metrics suggest they are. History of draws recently contrasts sharply, of course, with the current league standings and form. Can Niigata continue to frustrate Kashiwa here? We will find out. So we're underway at the SANKYO Frontier Kashiwa Stadium. It's Kashiwa Reysol versus Albirex Niigata, two teams that have had very different starts to the current campaign. Matchup between clubs separated by just a single point and single place last season, but they've grown apart this term. Reysol very much on the rise, Albi aiming for an upswing in fortunes. Tactics tweaked along with personnel for this fixture. Going to be interesting to see how Daisuke Yoshimitsu gets on. The Albirex Niigata keeper, 32 years old, making his top flight debut. He's got plenty of experience in the second tier with Ranofa and Tochigi, and has played in the League Cup twice this season for Albirex Niigata, but this is a first J1 League appearance for him. Kazuki Fujita is on the bench, incidentally, but his form not good enough as far as Daisuke Kimori is concerned, and hence the change. I have to say that Albirex Niigata have been a little unlucky this season. If you look at an awful lot of their metrics, their expected goals figure is almost 15. They've only netted 11, and expected goals against, well, they've conceded 16, but their XGA just 14. So any sort of regression with those sets of numbers would see them start to rise and start to get victories. It will be difficult here, of course. Much better on expected points than their current league position of 19th. They would be 9th if it was on that particular metric, but it's slightly subjective, as we know. Even so, I'm sure that Ricardo Rodriguez will have done his homework, and he will know that Albi are perhaps better than a bottom three side at the moment. But the longer it goes on, the doubts will creep in. If you continue to fail to take your chances, don't maybe get the look at the back that your defensive work deserves, confidence can take a bit of a knocking. Kojima. Running back by Inamura. Taken down by Fujiwara. It is ostensibly 4-4-2 for Albi, but Fujiwara and Horigome, right and left respectively, do like to get forward from full-back positions. Not quite like the wing-back system that Reysol have in place. Here is Horigome, the captain. Okamura. Akiyama. Inamura. Akiyama once again. Both of these two teams tend to enjoy plenty of possession, or like to have a lot of the ball. Albirex Niigata's average possession this season, 53.3%, ranks 5th in the J1 League, or did ahead of this round of fixtures. Obviously many games yesterday. This is Okamura. Space with Horigome over on the left-hand side if spotted, and is by Hoshi. Looks to whip in towards the far post, not the worst ball in. Kojima comes, that looked like an awkward fall. Five clean sheets so far this season. His save percentage of 77.8. Stark contrast to first choice Albi stopper of 61.1. One of the reasons the latter has been dropped, I suspect. Komi to deliver. Koizumi. Yamada stretches, but the ball must have ricocheted off a Reysol boot. He's done really well. Ricardo Rodriguez came through it. Girona, well, he had a couple of spells as first-team coach in Spain, but has really made his name outside of Europe, specifically in the Far East, but has had spells in the Middle East as well with the Saudi national junior sides. They coached the under-17s and was the assistant coach of the senior team. Spells in Thailand and also China. Won the Emperor's Cup with Arawa Reds in Japan. So knows the league, and he's started really positively this season with Kashiwa Reysol, who have an early corner. Just the one goal so far this season from flag kicks. Some defensive work to do for Yoshimitsu. Curled him round the back for Kubo. To clip towards the far post, back header away. Volley is a little bit awkward, still Reysol might make it work. Kubo again, just unable to get the cross in. Good atmosphere here. It's not the biggest of grounds, but Daisuke Kimori will know all about the noise that the home fans can make. Took over, of course, ahead of this season from Rikitsu Matsuhashi. First time as the man where the buck stopped, he was assistant a number of places, was a good player in his day as well, mainly lower leagues, but did turn out for Shonan Bellmare. Was a coach at Mito Hollyhock, where he did play before taking a first senior role at Albirex. Sliding challenge to win it back, and space for Koizumi potentially to move into. This is Kubo. Koizumi on the overlap. Nobisa. Tanaka. Koga. Kamasaka. So just looking to find a little bit of rhythm. Talked about the possession stats that Albirex Niigata have enjoyed this season. Kashiwa Reysol do top the charts for that particular metric. They average just under 59%. So one of these two sides have got to change their style a little bit here. This is Kubo breaking free. Origome with the clearance. It's not quite the most natural fit for both to play their usual games. Borne out in recent meetings as well. We mentioned the draws ahead of kickoff between the two, a couple of 1-1s last season. Late goal from Soya Fujiwara, giving Albirex Niigata a share of the spoils. The last meeting between the two, that was back in November, after Hosoya, who's only on the bench incidentally for Kashiwa Reysol today, opened the scoring just 15 minutes from time. So late goals in that particular meeting. Geria will let it bounce through for Yoshimitsu. And the reverse fixture last season saw Kinoshita opening the scoring for Kashiwa Reysol before Chiba netted just before the hour. 2023 saw a couple of 0-0 draws in the top flight, but more chaotic encounters in the League Cup. Niigata winning a two-legged affair after losing the first leg here, but winning the second 2-0. So they have provided lively encounters, just not in domestic league football recently. Yoshimitsu. Akiyama. Geria. Fujiwara. Curled towards Hasegawa. Still might be able to do something with it here. Albirex Niigata. That's good play from Komi. Hoshi. Lively opening 9.5 minutes or so, but no real clear-cut opportunities just yet. Good tempo to the fixture. Komi for Hoshi. Hoshi again. Akiyama. Okamura. Doesn't get lucky. Koizumi. Reysol's last game was against Shonan Bambara, a 1-0 away success. They also defeated Fukushima United in the League Cup second round fixture. They will play Ranafa Yamaguchi late May in the third round, incidentally. They have won 3 of their last 4. Unbeaten in 8 in all competitions, 4 wins and 4 draws in that sequence. Does include those 2 League Cup successes. They've drawn 4 of the last 6 in J1. Last time they shared the spoils was away from home in the capital against FC Tokyo a couple of weeks ago. Played back by Origome. This is Geria. Signed from Melbourne Victory, the 31-year-old defender that has played in Japanese football previously. Australian international who did get back in the national side setup recently. Played in World Cup qualifiers back in March, including the 2-0 success over China. It's a little loose. Kumasaka loses out. Opportunity maybe here for Albi. Oh, shoving the back. Referee points to the spot as Hasegawa went through. Well, took up a really good position, and I don't think there's too many arguments here. Kashiwa Reysol were a little loose inside their own half. They lost possession. And as Komi played in Hasegawa, there was just a bit of a shove in the back. He felt that. Narusa penalised. Well, what an opportunity here. Will be looked at, but you can see there's the shove. I mean, it's not much in terms of pressure on the small of the back, but as soon as you feel it, you're going to go down in that situation. Shunpei Narusa. First league appearance of the season, and unfortunately one that he's not going to look back on with much fondness if his side are punished here. Now, who's going to take the penalty? Hasegawa has got the ball. No, he hasn't got the ball, has he? Because he's not the regular penalty taker, but these days whoever's got the ball doesn't necessarily take it. Well, Yoto Komi has placed the ball. Ken Yamura, who's not in the matchday squad, is usually the penalty taker. Kojima yet to face a penalty so far this season. Last term, faced 4, didn't save any. So Komi, he's going to take responsibility, looking for his first goal of the campaign from the spot. First big chance of the game, but it is a big one. Komi with a shrug of the shoulders. Steps up against Kojima. It's a slow run-up, to say the least. Komi curls into the top corner. Took his time addressing the ball, but made no mistake to put Albirex Niigata in front here. Well, you got a feel for Shunpei Narusa to a certain extent. He's only played in the League Cup so far this season. Hasn't played in the top flight for a number of years since turning out for Nagoya, but his foul. Sure about the run-up. It's a little bit Paul Pogba, isn't it? Work, though. Komi gets his first J1 League goal of the season. Did net in the League Cup earlier this campaign against Vandewalle in a penalty shootout success against the third-tier side. A couple of goals last season in the J1 League, but with Yamura not starting, he took responsibility from the spot. Away fans, you can see behind the goal to our left here. And the home supporters a little stunned. Kashiwa Reysol do have the best records in the J1 League when trailing this season. It's the 6th time now that they've conceded the first goal of the game. The previous 5, they've managed to come from behind to win 1 and draw 3. Average points gained of 1.2 is the best in the league, incidentally. Their last come from behind success was here at home back in February. They trailed early to Terasu Osaka, only to come back to win 2-1. So it's not going to faze them. We've seen that this season. They are a resilient side. Here's the goal scorer. And you would never suggest that Albirex Niigata are the best side when going in front this season. That's been their Achilles heel. 6th time that they've scored the first goal this campaign, but they've only gone on to win 1 of the previous 5, 3 draws and 1 defeat. So this game is by no means over, judging on those stats. Okamura breaking forward for Albi once again, though. Still Okamura. Well, opened up his body, looked like he was shaping to go one way, went the other. Does it take a deflection off a Reysol boot? Yeah, corner. Just glanced across to his right. Goals from corners so far this season for Albirex Niigata, and they conjure an opportunity here. Will be Takagi to curl this one in swinger, very much order of the day in the J1 League and indeed worldwide at the moment, in vogue. First start of the campaign, incidentally, for Takagi, in and out the side last season. In towards the far post, just over the head of Jason Geria. The worst idea. His last goal against Brisbane Roar for former club Melbourne victory in Australia. Hasn't scored in Japanese football since netting against Matsumoto back in November 2020. That was a second-tier encounter for former club Jeff United. Flicked on for Komi once again. Might be able to get there. It ricochets up. Could have gone anywhere. Well, he's been busy, hasn't he? It's his 2nd goal against Kashiwa Reysol, incidentally, scoring the 2-0 League Cup success, the 2nd leg of that League Cup encounter a couple of years ago. 7th game against Kashiwa Reysol, only been on the losing side once, but players that have been involved for these particular teams in recent meetings, obviously an awful lot of draws. Tanaka. Kojima. Koga for Kojima again. Good press here from Albirex Niigata. 5 players outside of the Reysol penalty area. They've just withdrawn a little bit here. Koga. Looks to keep it in play. He did, but he gave the ball back to Albirex Niigata. Held over by Akiyama. Geria. This is Komi. Driving infield. Asakawa was calling for it. Takagi. Hoshi. play from the side that, even with a win, won't jump out of the relegation zone. Beaten by Kyoto Sanga, the league leaders at home 2-1 last season after a dour draw against Yokohama FC, 0-0 affair. Frustrated, isn't he, the Reysol coach, Ricardo Rodriguez. Albirex Niigata's last win in the League Cup against Matsumoto. They are through to the third round. That came immediately after success over Vissel Kobe, the champions' first win and only J1 League win of the campaign. Would have thought it would have given them a lot of confidence, but after the League Cup success, they've dropped a little, but they have drawn a number of games. Didn't win any of their first 8 in the J1 League this season, 4 defeats and 4 draws. Didn't win any of the first 9 in all competitions in 90 minutes. To shootout we referenced earlier, 6 draws from their opening 13 in all competitions, if we include that shootout success as a draw in the 90. Generally have started games much better than they finished them. If we only take the opening 45 minutes, they would be 10th. Behind only twice at the break so far this season, so second half is going to be key for them, you sense. Here come Reysol, though. Opportunity maybe to get the shot away. Looked like there was handball inside the area from an attacking player. Kakita unable to turn and get the shot away. Kashiwa Reysol with a throw. Hasn't seen too much of Kakita just yet. He's had a really good campaign so far. Top scorer, top creator as well. Really good record against Albirex Niigata. Kubo. Narusa. This is Koga. For Narusa. Here he is, keeps it in play but gives it away. Kubo. Goes down. Kashiwa Reysol managed to win it back. Kuzumi's been busy on this right-hand side. Likewise, Kobo. Most of the attacks have come on the right flank. We've not seen too much of Koyamatsu over on the left flank, or Watai for that matter. Kakita's been left alone centrally, not really had the support so far. Narusa towards Kakita. Should be cleared away. Gomi can only find Tanaka. Tanaka, Koyamatsu, well, nice idea. Execution was a little off. Combination play between the pairs usually been pretty good, although Tanaka's not been a regular this season. Spent last term on loan at Vivanen in J2. Former Japanese under-20 international. He's going through his head, yellow card, and gave the penalty away First top-flight fixture for a number of years, trying to establish himself, given a go here. Wataru Harada, who would have played, is absent. Struggled to start quickly at home, Kashiwa Reysol. Ricardo Rodriguez, I'm sure, would have talked about it, looking to try to get them out of the box a little bit quicker in front of their home supporters, but all their goals this season have come in the second half in front of their own supporters. Generally have come on strong in the second period, but they might need to. This is Hasegawa, beaten to it by Koga. Defeating their last 9 at home, but only 3 wins in the last 14 in all competitions in front of their own fans. Just the 5 J1 League wins last season from 19. They were tough to beat, just 7 losses, fewest in the bottom 7. One of the stats that probably kept them in the division. Albi's numbers fairly similar away from home, 6 wins on their travels. Not the worst return for a side that only just finished outside the relegation zone last season. 7 defeats on the road. And leading here and coming forward menacingly, here's the goal scorer, Komi, driving to the byline. And that's gone out for a corner. He has given Kashiwa Reysol all sorts of problems. Lovely reverse ball from Akiyama. He touches just about keeping the ball in play. There was no one far post, that was the problem. He's got a couple of goals in the League Cup final against Nagoya, beaten in penalties. Takagi once again, swinger once more, closer in this time to the edge of the area. Hasegawa with the shot, doesn't quite get hold of it. Second follow-up, way over the crossbar. Just going to run off an injury potentially. Tanaka for Koga. Kojima. They aim to win it back high up the pitch. You can see that it is Komi that affects the press, isn't he? When he goes, the rest follow. When he drops back, the rest do. Keep your eye on the 16. Mentioned those goals in the League Cup final. They were both equalisers very late on in normal time, then again in extra time, but they just couldn't get their noses in front. It went to penalties, beaten by Nagoya. Would have been the first piece of major silverware. They have won the second tier on a couple of occasions, most recently in 2022. always been a bit of a struggle to maintain top flight status since then. They did finish 10th once, but 18th and 16th either side. Masaki Watai was pointing towards Kubo on this right-hand side, maybe caught in 2 minds Tanaka. Half an hour in, Kashiwa Reysol 0, Albirex Niigata 1, and if you just dropped into this game, you didn't know which team was aiming to go second, which was in the relegation zone. I thought you'd struggle to identify the two teams correctly, because Albirex Niigata, who are in the bottom three, have been excellent so far. Yes, it was a penalty, but they've been ambitious going forward. They've looked to try and create, and they've given Kashiwa Reysol, the side who were looking to go second in the division, any sort of opportunities in advanced areas. Koizumi to play it back. This is Koga. He nearly wins it, but his presence is enough to force the error. Reysol have it back. Akita's on the move through the centre. This is Kubo. Arusa outside him. Kubo with a clever ball inside the penalty area. Watai with a shot! 1-1. Neat approach play is rewarded with a clever finish. Yoshimitsu wrong-footed a little, you fancy. But Watai got himself into a really good position here. Just look at the movement from the number 11. Just made sure that when the ball came back towards him, he could steer it into the corner. Yoshimitsu looked to move one way, but it was always going the other. Flash beyond him. Really neatly done. Kubo involved, Kiyama as well. Kimuri. Well, this side have been playing so well since that moment, but they switched off. Masaki Watai gets his first league goal of the campaign. He did score in a 3-2 away success against Fukushima in the League Cup second round. Sign from Tokushima, having played in European football recently, had a spell with Boa Vista in Portugal. Not sure what happened there. Where the contact was, I think he was expecting it rather than actually got it. Yotakomi. Asagawa still. Reysol a free set, looking to re-engage. And they come forward again. Kakita looking to stand one up towards the far post. It's all a bit awkward, isn't it, from Yoshimitsu. Watai with the layoff. Yamada will play it back. First time we've seen Koyamatsu inside the penalty area over on that left-hand side, and Kashiwa Reysol just growing in confidence a little bit. There is Koyamatsu. Scored against Urawa in the 2-0 away win last month. Koizumi battles. Layoff is good. Watai, Koyamatsu. Kakita just inside the penalty area. Kubo waiting for it as well. This is Komasaka. Koyamatsu can't quite get the angle to pull the trigger. Komasaka, much better from Kashiwa Reysol. This is Kubo. Shimmy in a shuffle as he tries to get through. Albi managed to clear it, and then the shot from Komasaka is saved by Yoshimitsu. That'll give the keeper a bit of confidence because he's looked a little nervous here. Straight down his throat. Komasaka yet to score this season. Yet to net a J1 League goal, having made his debut last term. Tanaka. Yamada. Taken on confidently. Yakita through the centre. Hits the heels of Geria. Yamada. Kubo. Driving to the byline and getting the cross in. Well, it was straight at the keeper from Koizumi. Easy save from Yoshimitsu, but the movement once again was good. 4 inside the penalty area. Kakita lets it go, and Koizumi puts the shot into the turf. Doesn't quite catch it, does he? Scored against Gambarosaka recently. Curled in once again towards Kubo on this right-hand side, who's seeing plenty of the ball. Kashiwa Reysol just beginning to dominate, and the confidence draining from the Albi players. Kubo threaded through here towards Koizumi. Strong challenge coming in from Inamura. Crucial one as well. You can see Origami there just turning to his players. Perfectly timed from Inamura. Origami, Inamura. Yoshimitsu doesn't want to dally with the ball at his feet, you sense. Albi have played through the press. Takagi for Okamura. Six minutes to go until half-time. Been a really good opening 45 this. Good tempo to the game. Both teams playing ambitious football, both wanting to get on the ball. Albirex Niigata, not for the first time this season, seeing a lead evaporate. It's something that they've got to work on. They've maybe got to just tweak their game management. There's Watai, the goal scorer for Kashiwa Reysol. Koyamatsu on the left-hand side won't get to that. Cleared away by Fujiwara. This is Komi. She spins, loses possession, and Reysol could be in here. Fine save. Yoshimitsu. Poor play at the back. Koizumi got in, but saw his effort Well stopped by the rookie keeper. He knows it was a big chance. He did all the hard work. Just wouldn't let Hoshi settle. And when he finally wriggled free, the angle was fairly tight. Koizumi's effort was well struck. Yoshimitsu makes a good save. Good purposeful play. Goal bound. Good stop. Chances beginning to fall Kashiwa Reysol's way, but he looked a little nervous on the odd occasion. The debutant keeper has done a little better, even though he has conceded. Tries to thread it through, but loses out. Kakita will get to that towards Koizumi. Ricochets around again. Yoshimitsu to belt it away. Maybe should have done that first time around. Narisa. Much more of the play seemingly inside that Albirex Niigata half all of a sudden. Geria. Yoshimitsu. Inamura. The pressure immediately. Onigama will keep it in play, but just guides it into the path of Kubo. Now we are seeing why Kashiwa Reysol have started the season so well. Narusa, Watai. Back towards Kubo! Close in. Should have done better, should have scored. Albirex Niigata switch off again. Inside right channel. Gets his head up, but drags that horribly wide. Tajiro Kubo. Got a couple this season, the last against Kyoto Saga in the 1-1 draw earlier this month. Time from Nagoya. Should have been 2-1. Origami to Inamura. Kita is charging towards him. Koga's header. Yamada. Koga. Narusa. Kashiwa Reysol looking to finish the half on a high. A minute remaining in the opening 45. Musa slides it in. Won't get to that. Garia will. He's in a bit of trouble here. Origami, Inamura. That's a heavy touch. Does manage to clear. Hasagawa on the chase. Well, the game looks very different, doesn't it, to the first 10-15 minutes or so when Albirex Niigata were certainly a side playing on the front foot and looking to push Kashiwa Reysol back, but it's completely changed. The leveler has got Kashiwa Reysol's heads up for sure. Narusa. This is Kubo. Should have scored again for Reysol. Watai, who did score. Koga. Koizumi flicks it towards Kakita. Garia will clear. Koga. Koyamatsu. have added on time at the end of this first half. Koga. Kozumi looking for the run of Kakita on the turn. Got his head up. Didn't control the football. Kubo. Kozumi. Kakita. Curled cleverly in. Cleared away. Just a throw. Seen the central striker Kakita pull out to this right-hand side on a couple of occasions. One of the reasons he's got 3 assists. He is a striker that will come a little deep and get involved further back. He's done that to really good effect so far. Geria. He left it, well, Hasegawa not quite on the same wavelength, unable to get to that. Their influence in the game has dropped. Watai. Koyamatsu back for Watai. Tanaka. Kakita inside the penalty area waiting here. Fed back by Yamada. Koyamatsu. Yamada again. Koyamatsu wants it down the line. Back out for Watai. 30 seconds of the added on 3. Kashiwa Reysol. Probe and press from left flank to right. Just a throw. Koizumi. Koga. Opening 45. And a swung this and that. Coming from the spot. Watai, after some neat build-up play. Yoshimitsu on his first J1 League appearance will not be grabbing a clean sheet, but he has made some smart stops as well. Albirex Niigata started promisingly, but Kashiwa Reysol have probably been the better team overall and certainly finished the opening 45 on top. They will feel fairly confident that they can completely turn this one around. Albirex Niigata need to rediscover early form in the half if they are to grab anything from this fixture, you sense. Big 45 to come here. One apiece at the break. Welcome back to the Sankyo Frontier Kashiwa Stadium. Kashiwa Reysol 1, Albirex Niigata 1 after 45 minutes here. Coming the goal scorer for the away team from the spot, just breaking from the huddle as this second half is about to get underway. This goal cancelled out by Watai's well-worked leveller just after the half hour. Underway for the second half then. Kashiwa Reysol 1, Albirex Niigata 1 after 45 here. Kashiwa Reysol aiming to go second in the J1 League. A win will see them rise to that silver medal position at the minute, with Albirex Niigata struggling in the relegation zone. Opening 15 minutes of this fixture, you would not have guessed it, but Kashiwa Reysol really started to apply some pressure late on and were by much the better team towards the back end of the first half. But Asagawa breaking forwards here for Albirex Niigata. It's a really good touch and turn. Oh, that would have been something special. Lovely body shape as he cut inside. Just needed a little curl on the shot here. Kojima was backpedaling, looking to get his angles right, just about had them right, didn't he? There's the shot from Okamura. Oh, nearly shaved the post, and it was just bending away. Good effort nonetheless. Scored against Gambaro Osaka in the 3-3 home draw this season. He's also netted in the League Cup this term. Right start. So far this season really struggled after the break. Bottom of the second half table, Albirex Niigata. That's got to change if they've got designs on staying up. That lot, no. Visiting supporters looking to get behind their team here. Galia is up from the back. Origomi to take the corner. Taken to the edge of the area. Fed back by Hasegawa, then the shot is easily saved by Kojima. Koyamatsu forwards. Kakita up against Giria. Koyamatsu wants it back. Kakita still has it. Watai. Does well to find Yamada. Tanaka. This was much more the pattern of play, wasn't it, towards the end of the first half, with Kashiwa Reysol deep inside Albi territory. Koga. Izumi stretches, can't make it his. Origome will clear. Musa tries to win it back. Garia lets it slip back for Yoshimitsu, the debuting keeper. He's the league debutant, has played a couple of League Cup games. Albirex Niigata through to the next round as Kashiwa Reysol are. Uematsu. Watai. Just a little bit of a waste. Origome. One back by Kashiwa Reysol towards Watai. It was behind Kakita. They incidentally take on Tokyo Verdy in the next round of the League Cup, the third round at home. Coming for Fujiwara. Koyamatsu backing off the wing back. Shot is blocked by Fujiwara. It's going to be a free kick for Kashiwa Reysol. Okamura's been penalised here. As Kashiwa Reysol success was away from home in the league, at least against Albirex Niigata back in April 17, a 1-0 away success there. Last home win in the top flight. July 16, a 1-0 victory. They did meet in J2 in 2019. Kashiwa Reysol title winners, of course, in the second tier that year. And since being upped, by and large, have finished in the bottom half 3 of the 5 seasons. A couple of 17th positions last 2, a little worrying. Kubo, Kazumi. Kumasaka. Kubo with a layoff. Narusa. Koga. Tanaka. Koyamatsu left-hand side. Kashiwa Reysol probe away. Watai. Towards Yamada, spins off the shins and back towards Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu again. Another away day for Niigata. In their next fixture, they take on Sanfrecce Hiroshima. So start to the season for the Hiroshima side before back-to-back home games against FC Tokyo and Urawa Reds. Reds who have started really well. FC Tokyo not so much, just outside of the relegation zone. We shall head to Nagoya next before back-to-back home games against Shimizu and Fagiano Okayama. Opted, of course, last year. Done all right so far as well. Top half position at the minute. This is Kubo. Intercepted by Inamura. Yamada. Battling away with his opposite number, Akiyama. Okamura down. Just one yellow card in the first half. Shumpei Narusa was booked. Zuma sliding in here. Doesn't quite get the ball, definitely gets the man. Worthy of a caution for my money. It's the equaliser. Put the laces through that one all right. Mishita Dai. That's his first J1 League goal of the campaign. Shimizu unable to react to keep that one out. most games on the road that Kashiwa Reysol are going to face. They're unbeaten, of course, on their travels. Kakita. Okamura. Geria. Imamura. It's the Australian again. Sagawa lets the ball do the work, but can't spin in behind and race on to the initial dummy. Koyamatsu goes again from Watai's layoff. Koyamatsu again. Kakita waits near the penalty spot. This is Yamada. Fed back to this left-hand side, and Koyamatsu. Saka on the edge of the penalty area. Curled in and nodded wide. Kubo coming in. Difficult opportunity under pressure, but pretty much on the edge of the 6-yard box. Koyamatsu did well, and he's being challenged from behind here, wasn't he, Kubo? Orogomi's presence enough there, just got himself in the way. But in the Wars, hasn't he had that opportunity very early on in the second half? He's been on the deck on a couple of occasions as well. Jin Okamura, expression doesn't change with Daisuke Kimori. A few more tells, I think, with Ricardo Rodriguez. Koyamatsu loses possession. I'll be only going one way. This is Geria. Yoshimitsu. Inamura. Yoshimitsu again putting a little pressure on the rookie keeper. Mamura keeps it in play. Layoff is good. Orogomi. Worked it well here. This is Hoshi. And now it's Fujiwara. Have worked it well. Komi. Driving infield. Fujiwara. Hoshi. Komi will take it down and still go forward. And eventually is halted just outside the 6-yard box. Albirex Niigata putting 1 or 2 passes together for the first time in a few minutes. Hoshi, Akiyama. Curl to the left-hand side by Inamura. Here he is again, the centre half. Akiyama for Fujiwara to take it on the outside potentially here as Albirex Niigata still probe away. A little bit of a spell here from the visitors. Akiyama drops a shoulder away from Kakita. Komi. Komi in a pocket of space to curl in towards Orogomi. Narusa will clear away. Kamura has it again. You know that he can strike them. Oh, just unable to get to the second ball as Orogomi played it in. Kakita's layoff is good. Touch from Kumasaka. Here he is once more. Watai. Koizumi. Kubo looking to take it away from Orogomi. Those two have had a really good battle on the right flank as Kashiwa Reysol will see it. Narusa. Saka tries to play it forward, the claiming handball, doesn't get the decision. Cleared away by Inamura. Yamada jumps. Watai. Kumasaka. Intent was there, the idea was good, the execution maybe a little too straight from Koizumi. Once more from the players, does Ricardo Rodriguez. It's a little dangerous, but they managed to play it through. Akiyama under real pressure eventually goes down. But the straight ball to the defensive midfielder was not easy to deal with, but he did. Yoshimitsu. Geria. Kiyama again. And again, Kashiwa Reysol have won it back. Threaded through by Koyamatsu. Watai. Yamada. Patient build-up play once again here from Kashiwa Reysol as they look to try and find a way through. Yamada. Koga. Narusa. Koyamatsu. Yamada. Koyamatsu again. Kakita, time to turn maybe, and to Kerwan. Doesn't quite get the pace or the angle. And Yoshimitsu makes a comfortable save. This season, last against Shonan Bellmari, the winner earlier this month, just won last term after moving from Kashima Antlers. Came via the academy, long spells outside of the top flight, including a very productive one, Tokushima Vortis, when he netted 17 in 37 in J2. Got a really good record against Niigata as well, 3 goals so far in his career in 10 previous appearances. Quite as much as the ball in this second period. Kashiwa Reysol, 63% in the opening 45, that's dropped to just over 50 in this second period, so Albirex Niigata are doing a little better, but the pattern of playing that first half saw Albi start well and then drop off. Will we see something similar in this second? Soya looks like he's going to come on incidentally. Watai. Koizumi. Narusa. Watai again. Koizumi, Kubo. Look, the wrong side of the Albi rearguard. Play continues. Corner's been given here. Yeah. The flag might have gone up. Now time to make a change potentially. Kashiwa Reysol going to do it now, or maybe wait until after the corner. Taken short, 5-way far post. No real runners to the near just yet. Narusa. Eventually it is killed back in. Geria will clear away. Komasaka. Yamada. Narusa. Koyamatsu, well, he's looking to come in field. Yamada can't control, it's cleared away. Yamada will have another go. Good pressure here. Possession stat may well change pretty soon, because Kashiwa Reysol have enjoyed an awful lot of the ball in the last few minutes. This is Koga. He's probing left and right, looking for a way in. The movement's been good in situations like this, as we've seen already. Curled towards Kubo. Can he keep it in play? He can. Can't drive towards goal. Throw in here. Well, time to make the change. This is an interesting one. Yuki Kakita is the player that's coming off. We were talking about his goal-scoring record. The player to come on is Mao Hosoya. Well, he is a Japanese international, 6 caps for his country. The last was just over a year ago, and you just wonder, and there is the national team coach. Is this the player that the coach is taking a look at? Hajime Moriyasu. In terms of the Japanese players on the pitch, it's the highest percentage in a J1 League fixture this season, incidentally. 21 of the 22 players do qualify for the national team. Always good to see the national team coach at games, and Hajime Moriyasu no doubt taking a look at Hosoya, but maybe one or two others as well. Plenty to choose from. Japan, of course, already qualified for the World Cup, one of the first to make it through. Still got some qualifiers to play, but they don't matter. They'll matter to their opponents, of course. Kuzumi, this is Kubo. Guerrilla away. Calmly done. Japan's still got to play. Guerrilla's Australia coming up in early June. Watai. Soya. Koyamatsu. Narisa. Komasaka. Koizumi. Komasaka taking up a more advanced position. Hosoya. It's pretty much like for like, isn't it, with Kakita that's gone off. Started too many games together this season. One or two of the Kashiwa Reysol supporters would prefer that. Changes afoot for Albi. Nodded away by Fujiwara. Komi will come forward. Surrounded by Reysol players, though, who have won it back. This is Watai, battling, keeping possession for the home side. Given away rather cheaply. Hamada, Fujiwara, good positive run. I don't think there was that much of an advantage there, and suddenly Kashiwa Reysol come forwards. Hosoya on the turn! Sure he knows that the national team manager is watching. Well, have got around the building. mountain play just from Takagi. Okamura. Origome. Okamura again. Against Narusa. Okamura to curl in. Hasegawa tries to flick it on. Changes here from the visitors. As you can see, we're going to see Danilo Gomez. Okamura had that opportunity early on to come off, and Takagi also coming off with Kazuki Kasai being introduced. And two players that have been used exclusively as substitutes this season. Kasai is just 22, made his debut last season. Scored in the League Cup this campaign. Danilo Gomez yet to score for Albirex Niigata in the top flight. He has scored in the Emperor's Cup, scored in the game against Shiga back in June of 23. That's his only goal. The Brazilian, so Sao Paulo. Koyamatsu. As well to get to the byline and get the cross in, get here away. Yamada. Watai, just behind the run of Hosoya. Inamura. Danilo Gomez. Like Komi is going to play further in field with Danilo on this right-hand side. That's a free kick. Hasegawa, the perpetrator. Ricardo Rodriguez. Points left. Races back to the playbook. What's coming next? Further alteration. Yamada. For Kinoshita, it's an attacking change. Goals this season, the last against FC Tokyo in the 94th minute in a 1-1 away draw. Could do with that type of impact here. Hosoya to flick on towards Kinoshita. Fujiwara. Referee allows play to continue. Kinoshita does well. To bully his way forward. He's a giant of a striker. Spells in European football. In Norway with Stabæk, also in Belgium at St. Truiden. Stad in Sweden. Also played in Germany. Started life out as a Freiburg player. Only played in the regional leagues for their second team. 10 goals last season. Fujiwara. Danilo Gomez. Hasegawa calling for it. Danilo Gomez still has it. Good looking ball in! Big chance missed. Good movement inside the penalty area. Terrific ball and skill from Danilo Gomez here. Look at the movement inside the box. Kasai. Oh, should have done better. Really should have buried that one. Came off the shoulder of the defender. Oh, how's he missed? The more you look at it, the different angles, the worse it gets. Hasegawa coming to turn. Derby's turn to press. Ball has been whipped in. The clearance is just about good enough. They're bouncing off Hosoya. Kubo. Kinoshita. Coming back from an offside position. Given away, it's sloppy from Hoshi. Koizumi. Don't think that what I was ready for that or expecting it. Well, will we get a winner? 15 minutes remaining. The average goals in the J1 League this season is down quite a bit from previous campaigns. You know, cautious opening, 119 games, getting towards a third of the season in. Just 2.15 the average goal count, way down on last year's 2.66. It was a league that was trending upwards for a few years, but this season has regressed to what we used to see. Some really good attacking talent on show as well, generally week to week. Coming to turn. Options left and right. Kasai is one of them, just bundled off the ball. Needed to be a little quicker to react to that. Himself with some good positions, going to look back at that header and wonder, oh, he didn't manage to score. Koga. Koizumi. Headed from Kasai. 0.28 expected goals. It was worth a big opportunity. This is Konishita. XG 0.77 versus 1.4 suggests that Albirex Niigata should be in front. Danilo Gomez. Kasai wanting it. Danilo Gomez going to go himself. Takes a deflection, corner. Signed start of the 2023 campaign from Sao Paulo. But yet to make his mark in terms of scoring goals in the top flight. Was sent off in the Emperor's Cup last season against Vivara Nagasaki. Packed 6-yard box here. Comes the delivery from Asagawa. It's going to be another corner. And it comes again. Really good delivery on the money to that near post. It's cleared away. Koizumi to guide further towards the halfway line, and Origome has no options but to go back to Yoshimitsu. Danilo Gomez. Sagawa nods it down. Oh, that's a bit awkward. Referee's going to have to intervene here. Well, you can see the fury from Akiyama. I thought he was a little late myself. Well, the heavens have opened. Conditions getting more difficult. Let's have a look at this. Oh, my word. That, to me, is dangerous play. I mean, the connection is on the top of the knee. Narusri's definitely caught, but the studs are flying around his ears. I might say he was going for the ball. He got nowhere near it. He's trying to suggest that Narusri's head has dropped. I still think that's pretty reckless. Well, I didn't see any card of any colour come out. Obviously, he's still on the pitch. Different league, different day. He might have gone. Given away. Albi come forward. Asagawa looking to go on. Such a good player. 4 goals this season. Not seen that much of him in this fixture. Gets it out from underneath his feet well, and looking to just wrap the right boot around. He didn't get any bend, did he really? It's a good metre or two wide of the post. Koga. Rain getting a little harder. You can see 1 or 2 of the supporters heading for a bit of shelter. There's not every single stand that's got it. Hosoya. Strong play from Fujiwara. Danilo Gomez backing off the Brazilian. Curled in, but not finished. Kasai and Hasegawa both close enough, surely, to get a boot on that. Neat step over. Kasai almost lets it go. Thinks that there's someone behind him. There is. Hasegawa doesn't anticipate it. And it spins away from Albi's joint top goal scorer. Just wonder how they would have fared if Kenya Mora had been playing in this fixture. Danilo Gomez has been good since coming on. Suki Kimura has donned the cap as the rain continues to fall. Hasegawa again, suddenly he's everywhere. Kasai, wasn't it? Got forward, but offside. Chasing it down. Kashiwa Reysol being under a little pressure. Watai doesn't beat the man, but the ball spills for Kubo, who's been willing throughout this game to get forward on the right. He's had a good impact as the right wing back. Touch from Akiyama. Narusa. Kubo. Tanaka. Danilo Gomez under pressure. Fujiwara will clear. Change in the offing here potentially as Koga plays it all the way back for Kojima. Orgomi plays it back. Inamura forward. Albirex Niigata to get some players further forward, but it's a poor challenge. Akiyama goes down, free kick. Here come the cavalry. Nakama Diego and Nakajima all coming on. Watai, Komayatsu and Kubo, surprisingly, the latter coming off. So, 5 changes in total made. Last throw of the dice for Ricardo Rodriguez. Quick check of the watch. Let's see what the replacements can do. Kojima, a midfielder. His debut season. Nakama, who has scored in the League Cup this campaign, the winner as well against Azul Claro. And Diego, Brazilian. Bit of experience, didn't it, against Fukushima. The 3-2 away win. And also in the league this season against Avispa Fukuoka back in February on match day 1. Set the balance of Kashiwa Reysol a little, maybe. Backs have been changed. You can see Diego's going to play on the left-hand side. Just about to take the throw. 2 and a bit minutes plus added on time to affect where the points are going to go here. Can't imagine we're going to have a lot of added on time. We've not had a restart for a goal, obviously. Number of changes, but no significant VAR incidents that has eaten up seconds. Nabisa. Ball over the top, but just unable to keep that one in play. Unfortunately, Nakajima. Kasai. An arm across the body, but play continues here. Fujiwara. Hoshi. Fujiwara. His goal, of course, very late on here last season. Gave Albirex Niigata a point. Komi. His goal in the first half at one stage looked like it was going to be lift-off for Albi to grab a win here, but take back with Watai's effort. Sagawa from distance, that's an awful effort. Better than that. Diego. To switch play, but got a deflection as he tried to whip it over to fellow substitute Nakajima. Yeah, 1 or 2 poor touches there. 3 minutes of added on time, feels about right. Late change here as Miguel Silveira is about to come on. Player that's come from Russian football. Sagao, the player off, was turning out for Sochi, having previously come through Fluminense and then on to Red Bull Bragantino, so another Brazilian. Just the third substitute appearance for him since coming to the J1 League. Not a lot of time to make an impact. Narisa gave that penalty away very cheaply towards Kinoshita. That's just going to dribble out of play. Well, a point for Kashiwa Reysol will see them stay in fourth position. They will be 3 points behind Kyoto Sanga at the top of the table. Kashima Antlers, who are our Reds, will stay second and third. Kashiwa will be just a point behind them both. As far as Albirex Niigata are concerned, a point will push them on to 9, 3 behind Yokohama FC in 17th position and safety. But it will be a 6th draw of the campaign for both of these two teams, more than any other side in the J1 League, and they've got to shake off these draws and try and turn them into wins. Still might do, of course. Danilo Gomez to turn on his left side, just get the shot away, but takes the deflection and spins through. 30 seconds remaining, hard fought, good first half, made way to a second period where we have had good opportunities for both, but that have been taken. But in a way, given the form of Kashiwa Reysol, I tend to think that Daisuke Kimura will see this as a point gained rather than 2 drop, but they did go ahead in the fixture, so you can spin it either way. Not over yet. This is Diego to the edge of the penalty area. Aragomi to clear. Danilo Gomez to take down. Be a free kick, but stays on his feet. The advantage play, but no real advantage. That is the 90. Well, in the pouring rain in the second half, a debut for Yoshimitsu in goal for Albirex Niigata ends in a draw. It was a leveller from Watai after a penalty converted by Komi. Kashiwa Reysol looked the better side in fits and starts, and they did have some good opportunities, but certainly Albirex Niigata will know that they had a big one with Kosuke Kasai, a close range header that flashed past the post when really he should have done better. Both teams had opportunities to win this one. For Ricardo Rodriguez, they won't be going second, his team. They will stay in fourth, very much in the title mix. Point game potentially for Daisuke Kimura's men. Full time here, Kashiwa Reysol 1, Albirex Niigata 1. And I think when the dust settles, it's probably going to be about fair. You can look at 1 or 2 metrics and swing it one way or another. In terms of expected goals, Albirex Niigata did register a higher number, but Kashiwa Reysol had more of the ball and looked a bit more dangerous coming on. We didn't really see enough of Hosoya when he came on, Kaneshita likewise, and when Kakita was on, didn't offer too much, but their approach play was good. There was some neat and tidy football played by the likes of Koizumi and Yamada when he was on, and Watai as well, of course, who scored the goal. Kumasaka was good in midfield. From an Albirex Niigata point of view, Hasegawa, not his best game, but still offered a threat. Kasai, when he came on, was good. Likewise, Danilo Gomez, who surely will be pushing for a start, given the fact that he's only been a sub in games in the J1 League so far this season. Akayama and Yoshi and Hoshi were solid in midfield, and shout out to the keeper as well. Not easy making your top flight debut when you're 32. Yoshimitsu made some good stops, wasn't troubled too much in the second period. And the former runner-for man was in good form. Let's get some post-match reaction.
では同点ゴールの柏レイソル綿井選手です。お疲れ様でした。勝ち切りたかったゲームかと思いますが、ゲームをどのように振り返りますか？
そうですね、前半の最初の始まりの15分20分が、やっぱり相手のペースに合わせてプレーしてしまったので、初めから点取った後のプレーを、出し続けれれば試合通して